Hope you guys are all doing good. This is my 12th baking project, but this is my first cake that was ordered by my friend for his wife. So, woohoo! My first order. So I'm pretty excited. There's nothing much to talk about the layers or the stacking of the cake, the usual stuff. This is there are two size cakes. One is 8-inch cake and the top tier is 6-inch cake. Both of them has 2 layers in them, and both the cakes are chocolate cake with triple chocolate buttercream icing. So it's like an ultimate for a chocoholic. My friend was pretty confident and liberal about the design. He asked me to do whatever I wanted. So initially I just proposed him a sketch with this design, which I wanted to look like stacking of 2 gift boxes, because it's for our birthday party, and it's kind of a surprise party, so it would be nice and pretty surprising to get cake in forms of gifts. So he was pretty happy with that, and all he told me was that his wife loves fairies and angels, so if we could incorporate that, and I was happy to do that. So coming to the design, let me bring you closer to the cake. If you look, the bottom tier, I personally like fondant very much, but I'm not sure how people accept fondant. So what I did was I did not cover the whole cake with fondant. I had, if you see the alternate strips, the white is the fondant and the brown is actually the chocolate buttercream icing behind. So I kept some parts without fondant, some parts with fondant, so that whoever likes fondant can have the fondant part, and the people who do not like fondant can have the chocolate part. I like the designs of both the boxes. I have no complaints. The only complaint I have is I had real trouble while I was trying to make these horizontal strips. Oh my god, hats off to people who really do it really well, because I somehow never can make them go straight horizontally for some reason, and I'm yet to discover the secret way or secret method to do it. Maybe my fondant, what happens is after I roll out the fondant, I lift it up to put it on the cake, and that's when it becomes rubbery and it falls, it loses its rigidity and it's kind of deformed, and then the problem is again putting them like at level so they go up and down. So that's for the that's the only disappointment I had about this cake. I was not that crazy about that, but I do not want to complain much about this cake. I think the only problem is that I have real high expectations. It's not just me. I think all my baking friends in YouTube would agree that we end up watching works of people who are real pros, who have been baking for 15 years, like making zillion cakes, and we expect our works to be as good as theirs. So I mean, that's what I think, and this is just my 12th cake, so I should keep my fingers crossed and keep trying them. I have hopes that I'll reach there, hence that's what motivates me to bake more cakes. The high point about this cake are the fairies. I'm gonna take you closer because I'm really proud of the fairies. These are the fairies that I made after I watched Debbie Brown's website or one of her books, and I like the shape of the fairy because it is, because of its this shape, it kind of gives it a little motion to the fairies, and I like the expressions on their faces. They've come out good. I'm really happy with my gum paste modeling. The faces, they really come out good. And then on the top, the icing on the cake, I would say, is this fairy. Well, it's like an angel fairy with a tiara. I used I think Lauren McCann's tutorial to make the face, and bring it closer, and even the tiara. She has a very easy way of making it. You might want to check her website to see the video. And the roses are also made from her video. They're like really miniature roses. I like the way the hairs have come out. Usually people would say they have problems making the face in a figurine. My biggest problem is making the hair. It really takes a lot of time for me. I don't know why. Maybe because I don't have those cool gum paste extruder. I have this clumsy clay extruder that really hurts your hand when you're trying to extrude. But anyway, maybe I'll get that once in the future. So that's it for the cake, and there you go. And because her name starts with R, so I had a big huge R on the board, so that kind of add a personal touch to the cake. And I'm pretty happy about the colors, so no complaints about that. The only complaint was that horizontal strip. So just shout out to all my YouTube friends who have achieved to get that correct, especially Rylan. He's very good at all his cakes has horizontal strips, and they look like as if they're measured and perfectly drawn with a ruler or scale. So shout out for help. If anybody can suggest me how a better way of putting these horizontal strips, that would be of immense help. And let me know how you think about this cake. And thank you for watching, and have a nice day. Bye bye.